right, guys, what a game that was here with the New Jersey Devils game recap against the Nashville Predators. Man, they destroyed the Predators 5-0. Pretty much I don't know if it's a complete domination, but a pretty full game, I thought, by the Devils. I know in the post-game, Coach Sheldon Keefe was saying that there were some things here and there that they would have liked to done better, but I thought for the most part in watching this game, you got a 5-0 shutout, and I thought every aspect of the way the Devils played was incredible. I thought goaltending number one, that was huge. I thought Nico came in, and he's come in time and time again and played just so well, even dating back to like his last season, was it? Where he comes in, and he's just shown how much better, how much calmer he's become in the net. I really like his control, his movement in the crease. He's managing his space really well in the crease. He's just locked in, dialed in to the shots, rebound control, the movements, tracking the puck, tracking the play too, because that's an adjustment if you play a lot in the AHL and you get to the speed of the pro level, the NHL level. Guys that are just so much faster, and the way that plays develop is so much faster and quicker, and he's just become so incredible in being able to read a lot of those movements and a lot of those plays. So it's really cool to see, and you take into account also just the offense that the Devils are able to generate this game. I don't know, the whole thing was fun game to watch. It's the kind of games we need the Devils to play, and you can tell from last game where they lost to Dallas, but they were playing the right way, that a game like this was going to happen if they kept playing that same way. So it's really cool, and I'm going to break down all the goals, a lot of the big saves, and just a bunch of key moments that I thought helped the Devils win. So let's get into it. All right, so we're going to start off with the first period. I thought, for me, again, going back to Nico Daws, I thought he set the tone, right? I thought from the first 6 minutes in, he was able to be locked in and make a couple just big stops, confident stops, right? Stops that weren't necessarily like the greatest saves, but just stops that let you know that he was in it, he was in control. And first goal, right? The first goal, Luke Hughes, I thought, had a great play here, because Nashville has a puck, block shot, kind of takes a funny bounce to Hughes near the circle, and instead of forcing the shot, I thought Luke Hughes did a great read. I think he saw, I don't know how to pronounce the goalie's name, Anunen, I guess, the goalie's name for Predators, but he kind of bites a little bit on the fake, so he slides the puck over to Ondrej Palat. Pally gets a goal, boom, 1-0 Devils. We're able to get on the board first, and I think that's important, getting on the board first, getting the early lead, first goal. Those are things that the Devils play well on when they play with the lead. I think they play better with the lead than they do chasing. And so actually, fun fact here, 500th career point for Palat and Dougie Hamilton on that play. So, you got to figure out what do they do with that puck, right? You got to split the puck. I think that's going to be the go-to in that move. I remember when Marty Brodeur had some record shutouts in the playoffs or something, and Dominik Hasek also had a record number of shutouts, and so they cut the puck in half. So I think that's normally the go-to for these things. But either way, a big record and big milestone for each of these guys. And then I think less than a minute later or whatever, even less than 30 seconds later, I think Nashville almost responds right away at Stamkos, one of the deadliest shooters in the league. Stamkos just finds himself alone in the slot, and big save by Daws. This is a situation where I think, you got 9 out of 10 times he's going to bury that. So you look at, again, Nico Daws coming up with big saves, big pad save there, and he keeps the game 1-0, right? These are kind of saves that can change the whole game, because if it goes 1-1, then it's now a back and forth, and the Devils are playing a certain way because they might think that Nico is not fully confident. But again, came huge in that save. Big save by him. And then I think a minute later, I think Filip Forsberg goes on a breakaway, and Daws just makes a great save, robs him. And again, another one of these game-changing saves where if Nashville ties it up, if they get the lead, completely different game, completely different outlook. So I thought Nico Daws set the tone in that first period. I thought a huge thing that happened in the first period was that the Devils killed off a penalty. That was a big play for the Devils to do that. And, if you look at just how the Devils play when they start to get that momentum, especially in this game, they start to play a little bit more aggressive, and they start to get the jump on the Predators. And I thought this period, Luke Hughes was pretty aggressive. Played a good job. Jack Hughes had a breakaway on the penalty kill, actually. I think it was, or maybe a little bit after, but he almost had a chance. I think this game Jack Hughes had so many chances on the penalty, or so many chances on the breakaways, but couldn't bury one there. But didn't need to. They got enough of the offensive depth scoring there. But you look after 20 minutes and it's 1-0 Devils. And look, I think a big reason that the first period was 1-0 Devils was because of Nico. And Daws really stood in his head there, and that's what you need from your goalies. I think this team really has impressive depth from, when the offense is playing really well, there's depth there. There were times in the season where there's depth there. The defense has depth, and now our goaltending has depth. So I think just all around, it's just been really impressive and cool to see the kind of team we have when we play our best. But again, it doesn't always happen this year. It hasn't always happened this year. But when we do, it's just the right timing of everything. I think the Devils could be a really, really deadly team for sure. And if you now take a look at the second period, I think the second period is where the Devils really took control, right? I think it was at 10:46 of the second period. Hischier gets the puck behind the net, and the Nashville defense, they kind of lose track of the puck, but then Dougie Hamilton absolutely buries it. When you're watching the broadcast, I didn't even know it went in yet because the light didn't go on. That shot was unbelievable, and I feel like I always get a little critical of Dougie, where I feel like he pinches so much, and I feel like he just wants to be a forward, and you can't blame him when he has a shot like that. So I thought that shot was an amazing, just snipe to the opposite post, I guess. So it was the blocker side post. It was unbelievable shot. Those are the kind of shots that you love to see. You want to see more of Dougie taking those kind of shots just at the net, right? Just throw it at the net, and it's speed, right? I think that, to me, that's where I really liked this game of the Devils. There was speed. The shots were not telegraphed. I mean, I get into it later with Seamus Casey's shot. He looks Jack Hughes off, but his shot was also just shoot it quick. Nason's goal, just shoot it quick. I think it was a one-timer even. Those are the kind of goals those are kind of shots that really make it hard for a goalie to stop, because the release is so fast. It's hard to, being a goalie, you have to read the release and you have to kind of anticipate things. And those kind of shots where when you have the skill on our team to be able to really have a quick release, makes it hard for the goalie to make those stops. And so, 2-0. And then minutes later, Gustav Nyquist gets behind the defense a little bit, and another big chance for the Predators. And again, Daws comes up huge. It just clutch goaltending, big moments, and we didn't have a lot of that last year, unfortunately. I mean, I really, again, I love Akira Schmidt, but between him and Vitek, didn't always get that last year. So this year, it's been an amazing turnaround to have just this reliable goaltending. And I will admit, I was upset when they got rid of Akira and they stuck with Daws, but this has become clearly the way better decision to stick with Nico Daws. And, it's just pretty cool to have just this level of depth goaltending and this reliable goaltending, especially from a guy that's young as Nico. So the future looks bright, hopefully, in that. Of course, Markstrom's the number one. I think he's the best out of all options we got. But to be able to have Jake Allen, who also stands on his head, and then Nico Daws stands on his head, it's pretty cool to see that goaltending is not at all a problem this year for us. And after that, as I was saying a while ago, I think at 5:32, Seamus Casey, right, gets a goal, and you would think he would dish the puck off to Jack, but there's a lot of confidence in this kid to get the goal, and honestly, he had a little bit of a snipe himself there because I think they went blocker side. If I'm trying to look at the highlight now, but I think, yeah, here I'm looking at the highlight now. If I see, yeah, like he's right at the top of the circle, and he has Jack Hughes right there, just in a prime scoring chance on top of the face-off dot, ready to blast the one-timer like he did last game. And you would think, yeah, just give it to literally one of the best players in the league right now. But the confidence on this kid to just look him off and just bury that past top side blocker. And again, it's like that release, like just it's a fast shot, right? It's not really it's an unpredictable shot just because given who it's coming from and who we have on the glove side wing there. You would expect Jack Hughes to get it, but then you're able to throw that curveball at the Preds goalie there. Noonan, I still don't know his name. I still can't pronounce his name properly. But again, like those are the kind of plays I think that make the Devils dangerous, where it's unpredictable. Again, like it's not the classic 2-on-1 or you keep doing a lot of passes in the O-zone, then you go for that cross ice pass in the defensive lanes and it gets broken up. So I like that they're taking more shots on the outside a little bit, whether to actually go for a goal or to just generate chances. I think that's really important. And it's crazy. Like, look at Seamus Casey. He has 4 goals in 9 games this season. And I mean, I don't know, like say what you want, but I think this kid belongs in the lineup. I mean, that's pretty badass to be able to have 4 goals in 9 games and contribute the way that he has. So I think all around the second period for the Devils was just basically where I think they pulled away in terms of just like how they were playing, the speed, the pace at which they were playing. I mean, they outshot them 14-9 too. So just getting complete control of the game. And then, now moving on to the third period, at this point, it's like, I don't know, you could just tell by the demeanor of the game. I mean, Nashville wasn't giving up, so credit to them for that. I think they still put in the effort, but you could just tell that they weren't even like, I'm not going to say they weren't scratching the surface, but they weren't generating a lot of high quality chances to make it seem like they were a threat to come back. But I mean, Nico Daws did still come up big, put a lot of big saves up, especially the fact that he let in a goal, but it was called back for the offside. So that was a great thing for him to still maintain that shutout. But I mean, you look at the goal that the Devils got with like Nico and he finds Nico and Jesper Bratt have a really good bit of a passing play there, and then they find Stefan Noesen in front of the net, and like that's again like that is one of the things that when the Devils were not playing well, when they were struggling, it was always to me that they were trying to score the same way every time, right? It was get behind the defenseman, create an odd man rush, cross ice pass and shoot. Even this game where Mercer was on, I think, a 2-on-1 break with Timo, and he decides to pass it to Timo. And again, if Timo got it, he would have scored. But those players, I'm like, just shoot the puck. Even Dano on the broadcast was like, just shoot it, right? Just get pucks on net. And this is one of those plays too. I mean, like really just beautiful passing play with Bratt. He shared the Noesen, but again, it's like one of those, you pass for sure, but especially on the power play. But at some point, like just shoot the puck, whether you're down near the hash or in the face-off dot, whether you're at the point, whether you're at the side, whether you're right in the slot area, like Seamus Casey. Like that's why I thought a lot of the goals this game to me, and they've had a bunch of the games like this where the goals that they score are very different in how they get the pucks in and how they generate chances. And I just think the team has the talent and the skill to really, create these chances and opportunities. It's just a matter of executing it and being able to, find ways just around and through the defense. Because once the defense really steps up to the Devils and they're not able to pass the puck a lot, move the puck around, or maintain offensive zone pressure, that's when they definitely get caught. So, again, overall, I think this game was such a just all around great game. I mean, I don't know. I couldn't really find a whole lot of negatives from this. And I know, again, John Keefe at the end said it wasn't perfect and there were things that they want to clean up. And even Dougie Hamilton in the intermission said, like, they were letting them have too many chances. You know, I feel like in one hand, yes, with like a lot of the big saves that Nico Daws had to make in the definitely first period, but a little bit in the second period also. Yeah, you know, you want to clean that up. But overall, I'm very, very happy with the way they played. I think that this just is a big confidence builder, especially, again, coming back from the break and starting the break off in the right way and not getting rewarded for it, but continuing to still play impressive hockey into the second game and then getting rewarded from it says a lot about the attitude of the team and how there's confidence in themselves and they know that they're playing the right way and they continue to do so. So for me, I thought, like, again, just the three things here is Nico Daws really proved that we have goaltending depth. I think all our goalies are great. I really thought, like, I know Jack Hughes didn't have a goal, but he had 2 goals last game or yesterday, and I also thought he really pushed the pace there on the offense in the first period when we got the pressure going. But then you look at the contributions all around. This is the depth scoring that everyone on the team wants, or all the fans want too. Is you got Hamilton scoring, you got Seamus Casey scoring, you got Noesen scoring, right? It's like a lot of the different players. It's not like we just had Jack Hughes score 2 times again. You know, it's not like we just had Jesper Bratt score again. It's like you have a lot of different guys being able to score. And Ondrej Palat, you know, he's a guy that he's one of our veterans that we lean on, and I know he's a guy that has said this season that he really wants to contribute a lot more, and he was brought on to the team to do a lot more than he currently has. So yeah, I think that having just, you know, goal support from different guys and to me, like the thing I'm happiest about in the offense especially, it's the chances they create. It's the ozone pressure that they have. I mean, whether you score 4 goals or 2 goals or 1, I mean, it depends, right? Sometimes you go up against a really good goalie, like last night or other game, Casey DeSmith played really well, right? But, you know, there are other games, like I still can't believe the Toronto game that we lost, where there was, you know, so many chances, so many shots, and we ended up with losing that game and OT or whatever and getting shut out. But then there's other games where you know, the offense doesn't play as well, but they're able to sneak away with a win. So it's like there's just a lot of, you can't really tell, you can't really judge the how good a team is based on just like the overall score at the end of the day. But I like the way that they scored this game, the way that they're generating chances, the way that they won the game, and again, like that's, like I said in the other post game, having these moral victories of like, oh, they played well, but they didn't win. It starts to get old when you're finding yourself falling out of the playoff race, right? So with a win like this and just solidifying how well they did play with the 4 goals or 5 goals in the shutout defensively, they, you know, bared down. And again, Nico Daws played unbelievable. Just a lot to be happy about, a lot to enjoy up until we have to play the Avalanche, which is another crazy ass team that we have to go up against. But hey, we're going up against Blackwood, former Devils goalie, so that should be interesting to see how that pans out. But for now, the Devils come away with a win in Smashville, and big credit to Nico Daws. Big credit to a lot of the offensive guys. I thought Dougie Hamilton had a hell of a game, and just big win, really good win, and hopefully the Devils will keep this rolling, right? So thanks again for watching, listening, or whatever. Drop your thoughts in the comment section, what you think about the Devils game, what you think about what they did well. If you like this, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more Devils content here on the Aledius Devils Talk channel. I'm your host, Enrique Aledius. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you guys later.